Hello everyone, this is Fuzzy Sheep 12, and it is the 4th of November for this year's Hypnovember 2025, and today's theme will be overload. So, when I think of that word, I think of some pretty crazy, overwhelming things. So, why don't we just go ahead and start slow? Go ahead and get comfortable, get cozy, and get your listening ears on. This will be quite a journey. So, usually, when people overload, they're thinking about too many things, and that is the path that I will be taking today. So, why don't you start by thinking exactly how your body feels where you are right now? Are you laying down, standing, sitting? Are you comfortable? Good. Keep that in mind, exactly how you're feeling. And while you're thinking about that, why don't you go ahead and think about exactly how you're breathing? Are you taking deep breaths, shallow breaths, too many, too little? What's a good amount for you right now? So now you're thinking about the comfort, you're also thinking about your breathing, and your eyes are almost starting to feel heavy, your eyelids even heavier. And the more you think about that, each blink, each breath, you just start to get so fuzzy feeling, so comfortable. Your mind almost starting to drift already, even because you're just starting to think about so many different things. In fact, maybe you're overthinking about certain things. Are you thinking about how heavy your eyes are quite yet? Maybe. You should be. And also, why don't you, don't think of the color red. Let's not do that yet. Why don't you think of the color purple instead? And while you're doing that, you're also focusing on everything else in the past mentioned. And while you're doing that, why don't you feel the temperature in the room? Is it warm? Is it cold? Is it adding to the comfort? Did you not really notice it before, much like your breathing, but now you're noticing your breathing, you're noticing how heavy your eyes are, you're noticing exactly how everything is making you feel in this exact instance right now. Isn't that crazy? Like, there's so many feelings, so many things that you're experiencing right now all at once. And in the middle of this, why don't you go ahead and count back from 50? And I want you to do it by 2. So you're going from 50 to 48 to 46, just like that. Perfect. Absolutely wonderful. Continue counting back. But don't remember to also count your blinks and count the breaths that are happening right now. And don't forget to be listening, because listening is so very important. Like, you can't just not listen because I'm telling you all of these things that you should be focusing on. Remember that color you weren't supposed to think? Remember the color you were supposed to think? Purple. Yes, right. Perfect. And as we continue, as we go through, your mind is just so confuzzled now. Like, what are we even talking about, really? I'm having you remember all of these things and feel all of these things all at the same time. And what is this leading up to? What's the goal here, even, really? Because you're thinking about how heavy your eyes are. Maybe they're almost closed. Maybe they are closed. In fact, imagine exactly how it would feel if they were closed, but you're also imagining exactly how it would feel to take a nice deep breath in, and how it would feel to let your eyes close all the way down, your mind just going so fast, thinking of all of these things. And for a moment, it just stops, and you drop, just like that. No more thoughts. No more thinking. Not overthinking. I wonder how far down you got with those numbers. And it would be quite terrible to assume you got all the way to 0. So we'll go ahead and start with 20 and just assume that is where you left off. The only thing that you'll be thinking of for right now. So 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and 0, down. No more thinking. Just relax, drift, and drop down in a trance. Because overthinking takes such a toll. It's just terrible, really, overthinking to such a degree that your mind needs a moment to settle. It needs a moment to relax. It needs a moment to focus on just one thing. That way you know where you are, you know what you're feeling, and you're just relaxing for a moment. Simply existing in this comfort. In fact, take note of exactly how far you've dropped, and maybe take a note how far down you could continue to go. But I think that's for another day, because today's theme is almost over. And with that being said, remember all of those things that you were thinking and noticing. If you really are still thinking and noticing them, just go ahead and let them fade. Just truly start to focus on exactly the words that I'm saying, so that you get the most out of this experience, dropping and sinking so very deep now, letting go of any tension that could have built up during all of that thought process, and just relaxing, just like that. And in a moment, I'll go ahead and count you guys up. Notice how very interesting this file was. Quite similar to the confusion, and yet so very different on its own. With that being said, I'll count up to 5. 1, 2, 3, we're halfway there again. 4, letting the room kind of fade back, and letting those thoughts come back to you. And of course, taking that nice deep breath in. And as you exhale that, coming all the way up to 5. Just like that, wide awake, taking as much time as you need to fully come all the way up, 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 up. Thank you for listening today.